Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? My name is Jessica M. Harris here, and I'm just excited you all to just be coming in with a quick live, just in the understanding that there is so much power in just showing love, and there is so much power when it comes to forgiveness as a whole. And I'm speaking from life experiences here because most of y'all seen the post that I made yesterday. And I wanted to go ahead and really just offer a transparent moment that occurred in the midst of all of that as well. Because sometimes I feel, my perspective, that we can go through life thinking that everything is supposed to be perfect, not realizing that there's going to be things that pop up in the midst of it. So in the midst of how I was feeling, in the midst of how the day was going and how things were just taking place around me, I decided to record, and I'm going to go ahead and play that video because this was truly what I'm going to call a very, very transparent moment. And I'm sharing it because sometimes we need to see the behind the scenes of what a person goes through in the midst of however they're feeling. So here is Jessica's. Hey everybody, what's going on? Listen, welcome back to the channel here. My name is Jessica M. Harris, and we are back with a brand new video. Hey, and I'm just excited. For those of you who are just now tuning in, this channel is to keep you encouraged on your faith walk journey of love, life, and truly everything in between. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can brighten it up a little bit. But anyways, I was just really excited to come on this morning because I wanted to just give like a real transparent moment. Y'all probably already seen like the community post on the wall. I don't know if that's even brighter or not, but hopefully it is. Anyways, yeah, so y'all probably like already seen like the different posts and stuff like that I've been posting on the wall today. And I really just want to just come on and just have like a really transparent moment with you. So for those of you who like caught the wall post, I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines like this morning I woke up and I just got some like very, very like not so nice words that were said to me via text messages. And it sucked. It sucked. I'm gonna be real honest this morning. It sucked to read those messages for real, because it wasn't like 1 or 2 or 3 or 10. There was like a sturdy amount of messages that were sent to me, and they were just not the nicest things whatsoever by a long shot. I know I had someone on my Facebook ask like, well, who sent them? And I'm gonna just put that out here from now. It's not a matter of who. It doesn't honestly matter who sent them to me, for real. Because at the end of the day, what difference will that make if I tell you who? Like, it really wouldn't make a difference by a long shot. What I will say in general is keep me in prayer, keep the situation in prayer, because I had to make a choice this morning. Do I respond in my old mindset, or do I respond with the spirit of love, right? The power of love that the Lord gives unto me already. Do I respond from a wounded position, or do I choose to respond from a person who has been healed in those areas? And I had to make a conscious choice this morning when I woke up to all those messages, because it's easy, right? To look at something, to see something going on in your life and immediately respond like an old habit and in an old way. And this morning I chose to be conscious of what I said, and I chose to just not respond in the same manner that they did. Now, what I really should have did was probably not say anything back, period. But there were certain pieces of conversation that needed to be said, just given the nature of the conversation. But in a general sense, could I have just like stepped back entirely? I could have. I very well could have. I didn't. And what I said back it was a neutral statement, just inquiring further of the why factor, essentially, for that part there. And the only reason why I'm honestly even mentioning that is because what was on my mind after all of this happened was the concept of the power in forgiveness. And I had to remember that forgiveness wasn't just like a one and done deal, right? I don't just say I forgive them today and I'm done and that's it, because there may be residue. There may be other unfinished business sitting there. And for me in particular, this particular situation isn't something that's like once and done. No, this is just something that I deal with every week. Every week and every month, I get these particular types of messages. So this isn't something that's going away at the moment. I'm believing by faith that God's love is coming in to swoon everyone involved. So this way I don't have to keep being the recipient of it. But until that part manifests fully in the natural, my position is to continue to show forth love. My position in the natural is to continue to just highlight what God is doing in my life and not to allow the enemy to get the gratification of seeing me fumble the ball, of seeing me mismanage what the Lord has done with me, of seeing me act out of character. I don't want to give the enemy the satisfaction of going back into old habits or old ways or old things. But instead, I want to make a conscious effort to show up the way that I know I'm supposed to show up as a woman of God who is healed and who is living life and going through a journey. I remember there's a woman on my page, she made a statement about, revenge. And this is the thing, this is my perspective. When I went to look up the word, because when I saw it, I didn't personally like the word revenge, personally speaking, to each his own probably, but I didn't like it. So when I went and looked up the word revenge, it's like coming back at a person because of what they did to you. But it also said you're inflicting harm. And my perspective was like, that's not what I want to even do. Like, I know people say, what they say, that, the revenge is, you showing them how much better you are than them. And I get the statement. I understand the general concept of the statement. But I really wanted to shed light on the love aspect, because I feel like the times where I have said statements like that in the past, I wasn't coming from a place of love. I was coming from a place of wanting payback, right? That wasn't walking in love when I said those words. For me, at that time, I didn't say it today, someone else did. But I'm saying that part because that wasn't the spirit of, that wasn't love. It wasn't. Like, I know for me, that wasn't love. I know the times that I have said that, it was coming from a place where bitterness was trying to creep in. I know that the times that I have said that, it was coming from a place where there was some hurt there. There was some anger that may have been trying to simmer there, right? But it wasn't coming from a place of love, not by a long shot. And I say that, and I'm speaking from my experience. I will not speak from yours. So instead, my response back today to the person on my Facebook was that I wanted to walk in love. I wanted to be the representative of love that God calls me to, which means that I don't have to showcase negative emotions. Yes, I can tell y'all that I was upset this morning. Yes, I can tell y'all that today has just been a really hard day overall. Because there's like other stuff, like that's a fraction of other things that are going on. So yes, today was a harder day for me. And I'm sharing that part because every day isn't a great day. But God help, please. There we go. Trying to get my whole throat to clear. But anyways, one of the, what did we read yesterday? One of the scriptures we was reading yesterday, I forget where we did it on the live, and I forget what it was. I would have to go through like my phone note, not my phone notes, so I would go through my journal to remember what it was that we was reading. But whatever we was reading yesterday, Habakkuk, there we go. We was reading Habakkuk 1, 2, and 3, all 3 chapters. And I believe it was in chapter 3, the last verse has said that the Lord is sovereign. So this morning, when everything was just happening, when everything was just going forth, and I was just going through the motions, I was reminding myself that God is still sovereign. Even in situations where I don't know what's happening next. Even in situations where I don't know what it's going to look like. There's a lot of questions that I have that I don't have the answers to right now regarding different parts and different areas and stuff like that that concerns me. But I know what I am supposed to do in the meantime. And that is still to stand firm on the word of God. That is still to remember the fact that God's promises are my armor and my protection is to remember that God is with me despite what the natural circumstance may look like. And it's just been a sobering, reminder today that I know all this stuff is going crazy. And it's so funny in my head because it's like, we just did a video, I think, earlier this week that was like, yo, cheers to moving past your pain. Why? Because it was like, yo, despite what it looks like, we are going to stand on what God said and we're going to go boldly in it. And that's how I felt today was. Today just really felt like that day of I know everything in front of you looks left. Today just feels like a day where everything was just coming at me. Just everywhere. Everything's just been coming at me. I'm like, God, what is happening here? But even with that being said, I still wanted to consciously choose love. I still wanted to consciously remember that God is sovereign. I still wanted to consciously not get caught up on my emotions, on how I'm feeling about all the pieces taking place in my life. But to remember that, yes, the enemy comes to lie, kill, and destroy. But the word also says at the end of John 10:10, because it's two parts in that same statement, it says that God comes to give us life more abundantly. So I know that whatever the devil, whatever the enemy's trying to do in this hour, it's not about to prevail. I know that whatever attacks I'm feeling and all this rah-rah stuff, all this extra is not going to last long, because the Lord even said earlier yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before, but I feel like it was yesterday. I saw the words vindication. So I know the Lord is fighting the battles that I'm up against. I know that there's things that I'm going through that I know the Lord is there. I know he is because he's spoken on it. But in this case, it's I know he's there and I know he's spoken on it, but it goes back to the concept but physically in the natural today, the 1st of February, I know I ain't got to watch, but I'm looking ain't no watch there. But the 1st of February, right? All this stuff is just hitting hard. But I have to remember what the Lord has spoken to me during my quiet times regarding some of these situations that I'm facing. So I have to hold on to the fact that even though I can see X, he already spoken about what the outcome will be like. Even though I can see these pieces, he's already spoken about what he's doing in the background. So I have to hold on to that promise that there is vindication. I have to hold on to the promise that the Lord is a promise-keeping God. I have to hold on to the promise that he expects me, and he expects you, he expects his children to stand firm on his word and on his promises, despite and regardless of what it looks like. And that literally is my day today. My day today is really sitting with that concept that God is a promise-keeping God, no matter what it looks like. And I don't know what all the pieces of tomorrow and whatnot looks like. I really don't know. But I can trust what God has told me, and I can trust what he's doing in my life, and I can trust that he's the same God who hasn't changed, because he kept saying that over and over and over to me, that he is still the very same God. And for him to repeat that, I know that there must be something that was going to come forth that would probably look the opposite of what he said, but I needed to be sure that I knew the God that I served in the midst of it. So as I am going through this journey of life, right, this faith walk, may you be encouraged to know that you're not alone, right? May be encouraged to know that there's more. And may you be encouraged to know that the Lord hasn't forgotten about you or your promises, and he's not slack to deliver them, because he kept saying that to me too last month. Like, I'm not slack on my promises. I'm not slack on my word. So I know the Lord is doing what he said he's going to do. I just have to continue to remain firm in that area and to continue to speak his word and what he said over me back to myself, just so I can have the reminder, but then repeating it back to God. So it's just, in his ears, like, God, I remember what you said. So yeah, that is Jessica's very transparent moment for the 1st of February. Y'all, it's definitely a journey. So peace and blessings to each and every one of you all. There's like other videos I gotta upload, so you'll most likely see those. And then don't forget to check out all the links in the description box below. And then peace out. Have a great day. All right, you all. So thank you so much for tuning in to Jessica, which is me, my transparent moment. Listen, for those of y'all who are going through whatever storm that you're in right now, please trust and know that everybody has storms. There are always going to be trials and tribulations that will come forth, but God is sovereign through it all. That was definitely the reminder that he gave me yesterday, and the reminder even today. Hence why I think I made a reel earlier today, just stating that there was just so much joy that I could feel this morning. I don't know. I just felt the joy in the midst of the storm, the joy in the midst of it all. Yes, there's still questions. Yes, there are still things that I have going on in my own life and whatnot as well. But God is faithful. So that is the encouragement that I wanted to offer to each and every one of you on this Friday evening, that yes, as we go through storms, yes, as we go through trials and tribulations, the Lord is still with us regardless of it all. And please do not think that because on the outside things look like they're going fantastic, that you may miss the fact that there's always a journey in everyone's process. Period. So I believe by faith that each and every one of you are going to continue to remain faithful and continue to remain strong through what it is that you are going through even today. Yes, like I mentioned in the video just now, go ahead and check out all the links in the description box below. And I don't remember the actual verse in itself, but the one that's coming to mind, I can't quote it in full, but I can give you the summary of it. It's the one that basically tells us that the Lord will comfort us in the midst of our own storms, and that he also allows us then to be able to comfort others the ways in which he has also comforted us. I can't think of which scripture it's coming from, but I know that's the verse that he's given me now. So please know that in your storms, God is comforting you, and he's doing it so much so you can then also be able to be a comfort unto other people as well. So that is it for tonight. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you'll catch me on another one. Bye for now.